The idea that humans must consume animal flesh and excretions, meat and dairy, as part of a balanced diet is a monstrous myth long symbolized and propagated by our unhealthy FDA food pyramid. The entire top 3 levels of the regular pyramid, meat, dairy, and refined fats and sugars, are not by any means necessary or conducive to good health. There is not a single vitamin, mineral, nutrient, phytonutrient, amino acid, fatty acid, protein chain, omega, or any other such elusive vital ingredient to health, not a single thing found in meat or dairy products that cannot be found in greater abundance and more optimally in the plant kingdom. For instance, there are more omegas in seaweed than in fish, over twice as much protein in spinach than steak, and 4 times more calcium in sesame seeds than in milk. An actual healthy food pyramid would look something like this picture. Meat and dairy products are highly acidic, fattening, cholesterol-laden, artery-clogging, lymph-clotting, mucus-forming, constipating, difficult to digest, and full of worms, parasites, bacteria, metabolic waste, hormones, and chemicals. Eggs are actually unfertilized avian menstrual cycles, otherwise known as chicken periods. Milk is the pus and hormone-filled mammary excretions of a female cow and meant to nourish her young. None of these animal bits and pieces are beneficial or necessary for human consumption. There is not a single chronic disease or deficiency exclusive to vegans. However, heart disease, cancer, tumors, cysts, MS, diabetes, and many other major health problems have all been cured by switching to a 100% vegan diet. Some of the strongest animals in nature, like gorillas, elephants, moose, rhinos, hippos, and giraffes, are all vegetarians. The idea that you need to eat another animal's flesh to be strong is a ridiculous superstition. Shaolin martial monks, arguably the toughest men in the world, are all strict vegetarians. Our human anatomy is undeniably designed to subsist on plant foods and not on animal flesh. Literally every aspect of our bodies proves we are herbivore, frugivores, and not carnivore or omnivores. To begin with, humans and other natural vegetarians have 4 times longer convoluted intestinal tracts, perfect for slow digesting fruits and starches, whereas omnivore and carnivores have 4 times shorter intestines to quickly push out the acidic, putrefying animal flesh they eat. Humans have alkaline saliva, ptyalin, to pre-digest grains, alkaline urine, and weak stomach acid, whereas all omnivore and carnivores have acidic saliva, acidic urine, and 10 to 1,000 times stronger hydrochloric stomach acid essential for digesting meat properly. All natural flesh eaters also secrete the enzyme uricase necessary to metabolize the uric acid in meat, but uricase is not produced by our human bodies. Humans have lateral jaw movement and flat molars for grinding grains and vegetables, whereas natural flesh eaters have no lateral jaw movement and scores of huge fangs for biting and ripping. Humans have short, weak fingernails, whereas carnivores and omnivores have long, strong, sharp claws for cutting through skin and flesh. Humans must take in vitamin C from our food, whereas all carnivores and most omnivores' bodies produce their own vitamin C. Natural omnivores and carnivores also have a microbial tolerance far higher than humans. For example, the botulinum toxin, which is deadly to humans but is easily and safely digested by natural flesh eaters. Humans eating a high-fat diet become obese, lazy, and diseased, whereas natural flesh eaters stay trim, energetic, and absolutely thrive on their high-fat diet. Human vision is easily able to differentiate various colors, making it simple to discern ripe from unripe plant foods, whereas the color vision of most omnivore and carnivores is far less discerning. Humans sleep only 6 to 12 hours a day, like most herbivore and frugivores, whereas most omnivore and carnivores sleep 18 to 20 hours a day. Humans sweat from pores all over our bodies, whereas all carnivores and most omnivores release perspiration from their tongues. Humans have single births and 2 mammary glands, whereas most all omnivores and carnivores birth litters of several babies and have rows upon rows of mammary glands. Again, there is not a single chronic disease or deficiency exclusive to vegans, nor a single vitamin, mineral, nutrient, phytonutrient, amino acid, fatty acid, protein chain, omega, or any other such elusive vital ingredient to health, not a single thing found in meat or dairy products that cannot be found in greater abundance and more optimally in the plant kingdom. Put simply, humans are biologically built vegans. Glenn Keim, the president of the Vegetarian Society, wrote, "In using comparative anatomy to determine what man was meant to eat, we should look at the species most similar to man, namely the anthropoid apes, chimpanzees, gibbons, gorillas, and orangutans. Of all animals, man's digestive organs and teeth most closely resemble these apes. In captivity, some of these animals will eat meat if forced to rather than starve to death, but in the wild, all eat a vegetarian diet. Another strong clue that man is naturally a vegetarian is the fact that vegetarians in general are much healthier than omnivores. The American Dietetic Association has acknowledged that vegetarians are less at risk for a number of chronic diseases, including heart disease, some types of cancer, obesity, high blood pressure, and adult-onset diabetes. Eating a healthy diet goes far beyond cutting back a bit on red meat. In a recent study of 6,500 Chinese, Dr. T. Colin Campbell of Cornell University found that even though the Chinese overall eat only a fraction of the animal protein Americans do, those who ate the least animal protein nonetheless had lower risk of disease than the average Chinese. Dr. Campbell concludes, "We're basically a vegetarian species and should be eating a wide variety of plant foods and minimizing our intake of animal foods. All omnivores and carnivores eat their meat raw, tearing through fur and skin and lapping up the nutrient-rich blood with their tongues. A true omnivore, like a bear, will take a fish out of the water and swallow it whole, uncooked, scales, bones, fins, head, and everything. When a lion kills an herbivore for food, it tears right into the stomach area to eat the raw stomach, liver, intestines, and other organs that are filled with blood and nutrients. They will not eat cooked meat. For most humans, the smell and taste of raw bloody meat is putrid, so in order to consume it, they must first clean, cook, season, and marinate the flesh in various vegetarian herbs and spices to make it palatable." Dr. Akila L. wrote, "The final point I would like to make on how we as humans were not meant to eat meat is this. All omnivorous and carnivorous animals eat their meat raw. When a lion kills an herbivore for food, it tears right into the stomach area to eat the organs that are filled with blood and nutrients. While eating the stomach, liver, intestine, etc., the lion laps the blood in the process of eating the dead animal's flesh. Even bears that are omnivorous eat salmon raw. However, eating raw or bloody meat disgusts us as humans. Therefore, we must cook it and season it to buffer the taste of flesh. If a deer is burned in a forest fire, a carnivorous animal will not eat its flesh. Even circus lions have to be fed raw meat so that they will not starve to death. If humans were truly meant to eat meat, then we would eat all our meat raw and bloody. The thought of eating such meat makes one's stomach turn. This is my point on how we as humans are conditioned to believe that animal flesh is good for us, and that we were meant to consume it. Cooking our meat and seasoning it with salt, ketchup, or Tabasco sauce would disguise, and we as humans would refuse to eat our meat in this form. Finally, plain moral decency and ethics should be reason enough to end this animal holocaust. Can you imagine if aliens came to Earth and treated humans the way we treat pigs, cows, and chickens? If aliens kept us locked together in tight cages, fattened us up, cut our noses and balls off, raped our women, chained down our children, then killed and ate us when we were the most tasty, would you see anything wrong with that? And for the anti-war meat-eaters out there, need I point out the hypocrisy? If you kill innocent, defenseless animals every day just because you like the taste, then go around pretending you're anti-war, you're only fooling yourself.